Kings fought wars, but queens? They quietly changed history, in secret, in silence, and with deadly precision. Today, we uncover stories of queens who didn't just wear crowns. They ruled empires, sparked revolutions, and rewrote the rules. We'll step into chaotic festivals where beggars became kings and kings became fools. And finally, we'll witness the pain and power of childbirth in the Middle Ages, where life and death rested in the hands of one unsung woman, the midwife. Once upon a time, across the great courts of medieval Europe, lived queens whose stories have long been hidden beneath the dust of history. These were not just gentle women in gowns. They were rulers, warriors, and scandal makers. Take Eleanor of Aquitaine, for example, a queen of both France and England. She was bold, brilliant, and brave. She led armies, challenged kings, and played the game of thrones with cunning and charm. And then there was Margaret of Anjou. During the War of the Roses in England, she fought like a lioness for her son's right to the throne. Her enemies called her dangerous, but to her followers, she was a queen who refused to back down. These queens weren't just symbols of beauty and grace. They were power in silk and steel. They proved that being royal didn't mean being silent. As snow blanketed the countryside and the scent of roasted meat filled the air, the kingdom would prepare for the most magical time of the year, medieval Christmas. It wasn't just one day. No, it was 12 whole days of joy, jesters, feasts, and chaos. The poor and the rich danced together. Servants could become kings for a day. Roles were reversed, rules forgotten. A world turned upside down in laughter and light. But where did this wild celebration come from? Long before Christ was born, the Romans held a festival called Saturnalia. It was a week of wild freedom. Masters served slaves. The serious became silly. Friends exchanged gifts, and laughter echoed in the streets. It was chaos, but joyful chaos. The spirit of Saturnalia never died. It simply changed robes and became Christmas with its firelight stories, games, and midnight mischief. But not all stories of the old world are of celebration. Hidden behind heavy wooden doors, in the silence of candlelight, life and death danced in the hands of a midwife. Childbirth in the Middle Ages was a trial of strength and faith. No hospitals, no machines, just the mother, her breath, and the steady hands of the midwife. She was not just a helper. She was healer, protector, and sometimes the only hope between life and loss. They knew herbs, rituals, and prayers. They calmed mothers with soft songs. They were trusted and feared. In a world where anything unknown could be seen as magic, midwives often walked the thin line between savior and suspected witch. Still, they kept saving lives. They stitched together joy and sorrow, strength and softness. And though history rarely gave them titles or gold, they carried generations into the world. So tonight, as you close your eyes, remember the queens who ruled, the Christmases filled with laughter, the Romans who danced in winter's cold, and the midwives who caught the first cries of kings and peasants alike. This is the story of power, celebration, and quiet strength. This is history in whispers.